and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. That is me passing my collection plate around. But speaking of which, I have something else to get off my chest today, and we'll get into that in just a minute here. But I do want to say, I'm back. Kam Ru will be here in just a minute. We're going to be talking about Hollywood Brown and talking about a couple other things. But let's just get the details of everything else out the way. G-Ro's still here. Get over it. Still happening. I know that there was another tight ends coach that was an offensive coordinator. That's just something that has been put into place. I mean, we don't know exactly what direction everything's going in. Don't make any assumptions. But G-Ro is still in place where he is, and it is what it is. Let's just roll with it. Let's support the team. Let's do our thing. Next thing is, hey, shout out to you. We at 1,032 subscribers. We made it, folks. We made it. I appreciate you. Thanks for being the Couch Riders. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for the support. Speaking of support, I need you. I know I ask a lot. I ask you to hit the like button. I ask you to hit the subscribe, and I ask you to smack the bell. But today, I'm asking for something different here. And I don't know if you saw my post earlier, but Mount Carmel needs our help. And for some reason, I can't say Carmel. I don't know how to say Carmel, whichever it is. I need your help. My stepfather needs your help. And reason I'm saying this is because Reverend Gary Wayne Taylor of Mount Carmel of Shreveport, Louisiana, Mount Carmel Baptist Church, he is in desperate need of some help because the day after Valentine's Day, the church burned down. And it was early in the morning. Fire trucks came out. The only thing that was saved was his study. So he could actually get his robes out, be able to do some baptism, some other service along those lines so he can continue the Lord's work without having to replenish those things. But the church definitely is in need. They're hurting right now. I don't know if y'all saw the video, but I want you to go back and take a look at the video. I took some time out and took some pictures of the fire, but also some of the wonderful work that was done while he was there as pastor, while he is there as pastor. They need your help to rebuild. Of course, there's all things tied up with insurance and stuff like that. But anything we can do to help, I would like it if you actually donated, $1, $5, whatever you can donate. Donate there, or you can donate in the corner over here to the Cash App, or anything in the live stream donations tonight. All that will go towards Mount Carmel, excuse me. Baptist Church, and being able to help them rebuild their mission to help serve the Lord. I'm really hoping to help my stepfather out a lot. We've raised about $320 so far, but we just got to keep rolling. I appreciate each and every one of you donating. All right, so let's go back over here. Let's talk about these comments here. Red says, congratulations. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. It was a long journey. It took a lot of strategic marketing, meaning jumping in people's inboxes, begging and shaking the cup. Good times. But we got there. And of course, just being consistent here. So I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate everybody that has come through supporting me, and also those who are going to come forward and support my stepfather and his church and that church family. Lisa says, hey, Jermaine, please keep Greg Roman where he is. I've just about had it with the disrespect of LJ. Enough already. Yes, the disrespect to LJ is real. We'll get into that as well. I might have something. It's a objective comment, but I'll get into that later. But it was based off of some study that I did recently. And yes, everyone's okay. Nobody's hurt from the church. Just like I said, it's just the situation is the person who donated the church to be used had insurance on it, but of course, when it comes to fires and stuff, there's a deductible and whatnot. But they're looking to just make the church as best, return it to how it was, but of course, make it better. And if we can help out with that in any way, that'd be great. Let's see what's going on. How you doing, Bless Brian? What's going on? All right, so the things we wanted to get into tonight were, let's see. Talked about G-Ro, talked about Mount Carmel. Appreciate it. For those of you, like I said, any proceeds we get tonight, any donations will all go, after YouTube takes their money, unless you go to the link up here to the Cash App, that it'll go straight up to the Mount Carmel Baptist Church rebuild because of the fire. It was pretty much the whole building was damaged, all that. But like I said, go check out the last video I had. It's just only a minute long, so it only takes a minute of your time to view. And I just wanted to make sure that the message was clear that we're just supporting them, through thoughts, prayers, and through financial donations. So anyway, with Hollywood, man, what is going on with Hollywood? I just don't get it. Oh, let me pause real quick because we just had something pretty big just happen now. Big Reg, hey man, I appreciate you, man. This is huge. This is huge. It's definitely going to help. That bumps up the number to 420. And like y'all are amazing. The love that y'all have for my family, for us, and for everything that is going on, I appreciate this. This means a lot, Big Reg. Thank you so much. What's going on, everyone? Hey, what's happening? Delicious is in the house. What's going on? Engraving celebrity in the building. Yes, let's go. We just talked about you the other day. So you said you didn't get the link. Okay, let me see if I can get that link to you right now, sir. Okay, Kam Ru is going to be joining me on the show tonight. Like I said, it's a partnership, so it's just like, hey, I'm just getting him in. So here he is. Let's just get that link to him on there. We just placed it there. Bless Brian says the good news is Marcus Peters will be good by June or July. Yes, that is very good. Very good. And like I said, I appreciate all the love there. We're still going back in and talking about Hollywood, him removing all that social media off of his account. That was really big. And we're wondering, like, what's going on? We all got a couple of theories behind it. And sorry, got a running kid behind me. There. And if you're wondering, yes, it is the bathroom. So, but yeah, we with Hollywood, he removes all his social media, and we're sitting here wondering what's going on. Like, why did he remove all of his social media as far as anything related to the Baltimore Ravens? Some people called him out because he still had the chain on him, and they had the little Raven symbol on the top of the helmet of his chain. But everybody's got their different theories about it. Some people think, oh, he's unhappy, he wants to be traded. And others, looking at the conference from Eric DaCosta and saying, oh, no, he was offered the 5th-year option, so he's not going to be traded. And, he's happy here. Of course, we look at last season and, he was right along with Snead and Des Bryant and all that with wanting to have his opinion about Greg Roman. Last season, and, he was right along with Snead and Des Bryant. We got an echo, buddy. We got an echo. Welcome, Kam Ru.
What's going on? Hold on.
Chilling.
Got me?
Yeah, I'm good. Now I just got some
problems.
Now I got sounds of toilet here. Thanks a lot. Close the door.
It's all good. We got into the business.
But this is a live show already.
Anyway,
but before we even jump back into this stuff, now today is the 21st, right?
Yes, sir.
So what happens tomorrow, sir?
It's showtime.
Showtime.
Left Minded is out. My album is out. I'll leave the link on my Instagram. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Good music. Good for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're looking forward to hearing this album. I'm hoping it's going to be jumping off. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, it's a couple of songs that are very, very catchy. So I am looking forward to hearing the full album and just really just rocking out, because yeah, and like I said, it brings me back to, like I said, early 2000s. I mean, it's a little bit of the 90s, whatever, but it really has a good feel to it, and versus some of the music today. So I'm looking forward to hearing that.
I was always told from my mentors, they said, if you're going to rhyme, Jesus, if you're going to rhyme, you got to say something. Don't mumble. We want to hear no mumble. We want to hear content. I don't care if you're talking about ladies or if you're talking about. That's right. Shout out to the dog. Shout out to Delta. Delta always in the building. She always doing something. Shout out to Delta. She wild. She wild and gravy. You can babysit. I'll send her down there.
Absolutely. Man, so you got some love for the album here. They need some new music to rock out to.
Yeah, sir.
Absolutely.
It was on Monday. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Man, happy birthday. So, of course, you came in just in time. We was talking about Hollywood and the things that's going on as far as him pulling down all social media off of his Instagram and his Twitter.
Right.
And you and I, we had some conversations about it, but I'd like them to hear your opinions about this right now.
I think that he some with a with a lot with that. Okay, with a lot that's been going on, with people still harping on the fact that he had 7 drops and just everything. I think that maybe you just need to disconnect for a minute. Like you need to have a life. You do need to have a life other than football. You know what I mean? And then just think about the fact that look, I'm sure he probably contacted the Ravens because if it wasn't, then something to be on the app or what have you. Talking about Hollywood's not following us anymore, blah blah blah. But I just think he probably told him, "Hey, listen, I'm just going to take everything down. I'm gonna disconnect from social media for a minute and just clear my head." He does deserve a vacation, brother. He wasn't too happy. I don't think anybody was happy with the end result. Obviously, not being able to make it into the playoffs. Thank you. But yeah, I just think that he needs a time, man.
Controller. I think I don't know. Like you gotta look at it like guess who gets all the funds off of basically them putting up all this free advertisements of themselves and their uniforms going out there. The NFL Players Association to get a piece of the pie. Because they're actually putting their bodies all over the shirts that they sell. So it looks like NFL and NFLPA are getting a piece of that before the players even get a piece of it. So I feel like by taking his media down with him in Baltimore Ravens uniforms, I think Ian Graven brought this up in one of the Twitter spaces. It sounds like he's monetizing himself. It looked like the way he was selling those the NFTs, or he's advertising the selling the NFTs. He wanted to make it look like there's another way of getting in touch with him as far as community wise. He's already got his own channel for Grand Theft Auto, to where he's running his own server over there. So that's another way you can get in contact with him. But of course, maybe there's something to monetize as far as that piece. So he's selling different pieces of himself, and I'm thinking he's just drawing back in that way. Now, of course, there may be the frustration with Greg Roman, the frustration with the Baltimore Ravens as far as contract wise. Maybe Eric DeCosta, him saying, "Hey, I got a bargain by getting this dude for cheap." Maybe that was something. I mean, we're not sure.
I don't think he took that the wrong way because any receiver at a 50 option is going to be 13 million. So I think that depending on where you were drafted, of course, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think he took it as in the wrong way. At least I hope he didn't, because he didn't take. Eric DeCosta was not trying to diss him. Eric DeCosta wants to sign him. By him saying that this is my first pick ever. Hollywood was my first pick ever. I think he's a great guy, which he is. He's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. Even when he was getting shot at, as far as everybody taking shots at him after the Detroit game, he not one time did he blink, and he actually he plays along with it more or less, because he was up there, when they interviewed him, he was like, I would troll me too. I would do this too. I would, so he gets it. He knows that, he has to improve in certain areas. But again, the man had 6 or 7 drops.
Yeah, 6 drops. So we get in that too.
There's a lot of other receivers that we love.
Yeah,
6 or 7 drops.
Oh yeah, I'm getting into that too. Let's jump on here right quick. It says Daryl Turner says athletes are human too. Like you said, sometimes you just need to get away. These guys work hard. He'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll be back. And I really do hope I know some people that don't want him, but I want Hollywood, man, because I think a lot of times people forget Devontae Adams wasn't that good his first 3 years. He was decent. His 4th year is when he took off. There was some frustration in his first few years. There was some frustration going on. It wasn't like he jumped out the box. He was dynamite. It was some frustration. Even with Aaron Rodgers had frustration with him. So there's a every receiver. Some receivers come on strong quicker than others. Some don't. If you even want to talk about B-Hop, Hop wasn't I said B-Hop. I meant to say D-Hop. I was going to Bernard Hop.
Yeah.
Hopkins in those first few years, he was there, but he wasn't. It was still about it was about Andre Johnson. It wasn't about him. It wasn't about Hopkins at the Texans. So we gotta give him some time, man. Like the fact that he's progressed each and every year that he's been here has already, to me, has proven to me that, like you said, we talked about this before. He's the best receiver that we've had.
Yeah, he's the best receiver that Baltimore has ever drafted. He's up there in the stats.
Yeah, but that we haven't drafted. Sorry.
Yeah. And I think it's great that they went back to the well again in OU. You know, I think Clayton was like number 4.
Yeah.
Even over there when he before he got drafted with OU, he was number 4 in receptions and receiving yards over there in OU, and I think he still holds that.
Right.
And I feel like, you know, Marquise is just, I feel like he's great. This dude can actually be comparable to these other receivers in the league. And I'll tell you exactly why. I'm gonna share some screen just a second here. So I am going to hit the share on that. Hopefully everybody can see are you able to see a different screen now?
I don't see anything as of yet. Let me see.
Let me see here. I might have to make sure I grab my phone to see make sure we see what we're seeing. Okay, so I think I have a different screen up. Can somebody comment in the different section here to let me know if I got the screen up here? Or let me know what you're seeing on our end here.
I see you. That's about it in Hollywood.
Okay. So we are sharing the screen.
Okay, there we go. There you go.
All right. Cool. Can you see the Mount Carmel post-fire church rebuild?
Yes.
Okay. So now we are jumping over here to the slides real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this presentation right quick. All right. Can everybody see that?
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay. You can see it. All right. So I can't see your comments at the moment, but we're just going to go through and I'll make sure I go through these fairly quickly and then we can get back to discussion. So how does Marquise match up to these 3 wide receivers? So I decided to just, go, of course, take a look at the top of the list and boom, there they are.
Yep.
There they are. And everybody wants to talk about how he compares to Tyreek because of the height, but I'm just looking at overall game. I'm looking at overall game on these individuals and you'll see the height doesn't match up. Of course, Marquise is about 5'9", Stephon 6 foot even, and I think he's got about 15 or 13 more pounds on Marquise with the 194 versus the 181.
Right.
So you look at Stephon's game. We're talking about 103 catches, 1,200 yards, 125 yards, 10 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. But like you said, he had 5 drops. Marquise has 6. But I mean, just look at the body of work of Stephon. Route monster. Guess who else got route? He's a route monster. I think Hollywood's route game has impressed. He's definitely stepped his game up in 2021.
100%.
And then his ability to climb the ladder, Stephon, like this dude. I mean, you can see some of the big boy catches, him going up at the apex of the ball and grabbing at his highest point. He's a physical receiver, even though his footwork is his main thing. Feet with Stephon, but he has the ability to get physical. Hollywood, not so much. You're seeing him, he's able to get yards after catch,
right?
But it's not as physical. He's using a lot more speed than he is physicality. Right. As far as Stephon goes, his awareness is just through the charts. I mean, the chemistry that him and Josh Allen have is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Being able to have those over-the-shoulder catches, I love that ability there to be able to look that ball in. He's just got great awareness, reliable hands, great deep threat. This is just one of those dangerous guys you don't want to line up against your corner. It's just straight up. You don't want no part of Diggs, and you're hoping you don't get embarrassed that game. You're just like, I know I'm gonna give up something, but maybe not too much.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on Diggs?
No, you right on time with it. I mean, it's nothing that I know one thing. I mean, I was hoping that he was gonna come home, man, before when they had him on the trade blocks before the season ended. Yeah, they were first talking about trading him. They kept saying that we were trying to get Adams from the Jets before he went to Seattle, and they mentioned Diggs, and I was like, "Yes, come on, come on." But
yeah, get him for cheap too. I'm like, man,
yeah, we could have got him. We could have got him for us. Oh man, that would be nice.
So yeah, everybody was taking Eric DeCosta and everybody to the cleaners on that one. I was just like, all right, y'all calm down. But yeah, I can see the frustration, how hot they were with the front office on that.
Either, man, coming back home to play for. I mean, I'm assuming he grew up as a Ravens fan, being from Baltimore. But everybody got their own team. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good, bro? So yeah, next is Devontae Adams, man. You know, this dude is a full-on freak, man. He just basically revolutionized the jump step because nobody did the jump step like crazy. It was actually taught against, like, don't you do that jump step because you're gonna get, you basically get you're exposing your chest and all that. But he is such an aggressive receiver that they have to respect the jump step because it squares the hips and they don't know exactly where he's going once he hits that jump step. So it causes some problems. But this dude had 123 catches, 1,553 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 3 drops in 2021. Double coverage ain't even a thing now. I mean, you even see it in Madden. He's got an X factor called the double me, and it just don't even matter. It's true. It just translates to his game. I saw him just getting behind coverage with no problem, deep crosses, you name it. It was like facing Megatron back there against double coverage.
Yep.
Like I said, he destroys zones. He just finds his ways in there, in between the zone. I mean, I look at this guy and I'm like, wow, it's just phenomenal. It's like a faster, bigger, stronger Heinz Ward. Anytime I think about destroying zones, I think about Heinz Ward.
I was thinking about Q for a second, like he's a faster version of Anquan.
Yeah, okay, yeah, faster version of Anquan. I can see that. And Anquan was just crazy physical. I'm like, man,
he's different.
When it comes to the acrobatic catches, you're just like, whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, climbs the ladder, red zone bully. The only way you can beat this dude is in his sleep, straight up.
Everybody got to remember who was it? Who taught him that? Who taught him that step?
Oh, that's Williams. Yeah,
who Williams work for now?
Yeah, Key Williams went for us. That's what I'm saying. Rashad Bateman gonna be that dude once he's
and he's helping all of them. I mean, if people don't see it,
yeah,
I think all the receivers took a step forward this year.
Oh yeah, especially Duvernay. Like to see Duvernay in his game like start to look a little bit more complete.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, man, this dude's making one-handed catches in the end zone. Lamar's putting balls in places, and this dude is making results happen.
Yeah,
it's because of good coaching.
Yeah, absolutely. He's getting open in the slot. I mean, he is more of a slot receiver than an outside receiver, but I think he's gonna, as time goes by, just in case, because he did run the outside sometime, but he's getting better. I mean, Duvernay is he can be our version of Debo, to be honest with you. Like, he can play in the backfield sometime. He can, obviously, with the quick sweeps that we are always running with him all the time. He's definitely there. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? I just want to go back and pay some bills here and see what's up with these guys.
You don't even know we getting the PowerPoint.
He was in the house. What's up, man? Did he come? Did he come through?
Oh, yeah, no. He's already talking about the PowerPoint.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Hang on, let me stop sharing on this second.
Chill out.
All right, let's see. Man, where do we? Okay, so where do we fall off with the comments? Big Reg has some comments here saying, I'm gonna be honest, if Marquise gets more consistent with his hands and finds a way to make guys miss, then he'll be a problem in this league.
Yeah,
I can fully agree. Like I said, it's only 6 drops, and they were just at critical moments. That was the only big difference there between those wide receivers and ours right now. So some critical drops because they could have had some big time touchdowns in the Detroit game, and we could have beat the Steelers with some of those catches had he made it.
And it really was those. To be honest with you, it's really those two games that I like. They were one of the plays in the Steelers game. You gotta give Fitz a little bit of credit because that's how you're supposed to play defense.
Yeah,
ball is knock it out. That's your job.
Yeah, you gotta play grown man balls at wide receiver. You understand?
Yeah, but you gotta give the defense a little credit. Like that's just a playmaker's play. On top of that, I mean, the worst game really he had was the Detroit game. I think it just got to his head because before those drops, he was killing it.
Yeah,
he had like 7 catches that game before he I'm over exaggerating. He had like 5 catches in that game. 3 in the first half. Well, 3 in the first half and 2 in the second. But then in between, he could have had about 7-8 catches that game if he didn't have the 3 big drops. And it was just all 3 drops that he just wasn't focused. Those are focus drops. Those are not like,
You think the moment was too big for him, or
he just wasn't focused. It wasn't. I mean,
because he's Hollywood. I mean, he's playoff Hollywood. The dude shows up in big time in the playoffs. So
I don't even think he playoffs. Everybody, it sounds great to call him playoff Hollywood because he always shows the boy in the playoffs. But in big games, he's always been there. He's been there for any time Lamar needed him in big games. So You know, Exhibit A, the Indianapolis game.
Yeah.
How many catches did he have in that game? And he couldn't be stopped, bro. They couldn't stop.
It was just like a lot of comeback routes. It seemed like everything was going to either Lamar rolling out to the right and find a way to hit him on the comeback, and then Hollywood doing something after the catch. It was great.
So, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think people put too much stock into it. I mean, am I frustrated that he dropped the ball in the end zone that game? What game was that? Was it the Rams game or the Pittsburgh game? It was the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
He dropped it. You know, and that's just, you know, the ball that you got to have. But we got Andrews did the same thing last year.
Oh, yeah.
In his third season, he wasn't even showing up for the big games. Even though we still love Andrews, but he wasn't showing up.
Yeah.
Greg Roman had no route concepts, Daryl.
Greg Roman's route concepts hold all our receivers back. Especially
we don't have no route concepts. We not even gonna be on Greg on his route concepts. Right. Greg just turns over. He looks at T. He looks at Keith. Y'all handle that.
Yeah, and at least that's what's supposed to be happening. Yeah. Like, they're supposed to be collaborating together to make this thing happen as a team. So I'm hoping that those route concepts continue to improve as the season goes, as next year goes on. Yeah. I think a second year with these guys here, I think it's going to be great, especially with a decent line, the running backs back, the start. You know what I'm saying? It's just everybody back into the fold. Yeah, sorry, Sammy, but
yeah, you just got to get back to what we were. You know, I know we're gonna stay on the topic of Hollywood. I just think we dropped the ball on that, trying to get Flores. I know that probably would have been like a little bit of intimidation because we got a new coach, the defensive coordinator, but he hasn't been in the lead as long as like the new defensive coordinator for Pittsburgh, Austin. Austin was with us. Remember, when we won the Super Bowl, he was the secondary coach. Right. So, and then he was the defensive coordinator at Detroit. So he's been around. So it's not like, you know, he's threatened by it. But
I think I'm just glad the guy got a job, period. Because with the lawsuit, I thought it was going to be a major issue.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Let's pay some more bills here. Lisa says, whether you like Roman or not, he deserves the benefit of the doubt. And I'm with you on that. I think this dude, like I said, when you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, this dude's running game is phenomenal. And it's going to be back to that again. I was looking at some highlights today, watching just Gus Edwards being able to hit the hole and just take off like a daggone racehorse. I mean, Dobbins sitting here catching catching tosses, you know, just a halfback toss and things that he'd be able to do in open space. Can't wait to see that happen again this year because they have that. They can put the foot on the gas right there. They have that acceleration and next step to be able to be patient to the hole and then shoot through it. They have that ability, and I think that's going to be an improvement in our running game. That's going to set up the play action. That's going to make our receivers that much better. Let's see what the D says here. So Diggs' mom reportedly said that Newsom should be fired to his face because they didn't draft Stephon. Whew.
Wow. She feels some type of way.
I need to see that source on that one.
Yeah, feeling some type of way. You got to let that go. Yeah. How long ago was that? It wasn't that we weren't interested in him. I do know that for a fact that I think Coach Hobbs talked about it. He was like, we like Diggs a lot, but he was already snatched up. But we won the third round, I believe.
It's just it just wasn't there when they was trying when they thought that they could get him. I mean, I imagine they had him on the board.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have Maryland natives on the board. That's just usually what they do. Let's see what Delicious said. He said, wide receivers have looked a lot better. You can tell Keith Williams and Martin made a difference. Absolutely.
Yep. 100%. Not going 100%.
Yeah. Here it is. The NFL is a different animal than college. The plays and the play calling are different. Now, here's the thing. Things are starting to translate a lot because this is a younger man's game. You can see with our defensive coordinator. It's a young man's game now. And it's a young coordinator's game. And so those college concepts are coming right on over. Where do you think we got ours? We got ours straight from Navy. We got Greg Roman got his game from teams like Navy, like Arkansas. I mean, the teams, Clemson, for instance, Clemson was running the same stuff, and they brought it to the NFL, and they incorporated it into this Ravens offense. So these things are coming over. It's translating. It's definitely changing the game, the way these players play now.
Not the only ones that were doing. I mean, I think ours just shows more, but to be honest with you, we were probably close to the last on the list because we had Flacco.
Yeah.
Cincinnati was doing RPOs. Philadelphia was doing RPOs.
Oh, yeah. Philly.
When they had Andy Dalton, they were already doing RPOs. So
They ended,
we weren't doing it with Flacco.
yeah. Reintroduction. Yeah, you can see him Flacco run on RPO.
Yeah, exactly. We wasn't going to see him do a 7-2, for 5 yards.
Yeah, I think his rookie year, that was probably about it for him. That 38-yard run, like
legs was dead after that. Legs they never worked no more after that.
Let's see. Let's see what Big Red says. So we're not making the Super Bowl if Lamar Jackson rushes for 1,000 yards again.
Why you say that though, Reg?
That's the thing. I'm just like, hey, getting W's.
I think that's a myth.
Yeah, because I feel like he could come back here, he could run his 1,000 and still be able to get W's.
I hope we don't need him to make 1,000, but if he makes it, I don't want to.
Yeah, like I feel like they had an inverted veer like this year and last year. The inverted veer was very effective. 2020. And 2020, like I said, he was able to run it on basically the entire NFC East. Was they basically doing that up the middle? Did it on Washington, did it on Dallas, did it on New York. Or no, he did it against everybody except for New York. Excuse me.
All right, this is my question because he did say that, and it makes me think about what Russian quarterbacks did make it to the Super Bowl and win. Russell Wilson was not throwing the ball that much when Seattle won the Super Bowl. That defense was dominant.
Yeah, and you look at Mahomes, like as soon as he goes to the playoffs, running more.
100%. This is the thing that I think that we got to remember. This is not basketball, so I want to put it all on LJ. I know where Reg's going with it, but I don't think that would stop anything. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you good. So I was just Lisa. She going off. Don't get us started, man. So I'm going to Super Bowl with LJ. You better get in this car. So, Brad said it's one of those things where he'll be overused in the run game, and it seems to cause issues in the pass game. So I don't know. I think
it's just we didn't have that. You know what? Honestly, Reg, we can't really say that because we didn't see everything this year. This was supposed to be the year that everything was supposed to come together.
Absolutely.
We didn't see anything. We saw the evolution of the passing game for us. You all right, brother?
No, I was reaching back for a coat. Sorry, you keep talking. I'm with you. Like, I was trying to be slick with it. I forgot I didn't put the studio as far back. I'm thinking just like, man.
I thought Cal had some imaginary friends I didn't know about.
Like swatting kids like it's the car or something.
You all right?
I'm good, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, we didn't get an opportunity to see the evolution of this offense because, and I think that's another, and I know Engraven probably still a little hot about it that we got Greg, but I think that's another reason why Greg is still there.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that I understand a lot of people like, oh, his decision making, and I sometimes question his decision making as far as the play call. But even if the offensive line was subpar this year, if we had the type of running game that we had last year, you couldn't stop. I'm not even saying 2019 because 2019 the offensive line was phenomenal. We had 3 Pro Bowls on that offensive line. Right. We didn't have any Pro Bowls on this offensive line this year. Maybe the only one that probably could have made is Kevin Zeitler. Maybe Bozeman, but definitely Kevin. Kevin didn't allow any sacks.
McCarry looked okay. He looked okay out there.
He looked okay, but we didn't. I mean, only reason I'm saying it, look at just the last game alone. It was like a light went on for Murray. Like, damn, this is all I needed. Yep. This little bit of room. Like there was spurts here and there of the running game. Yeah. If we had our backs, it would be totally different.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would be a lot. Like those linemen would probably have better overall grades because they pride themselves on running the ball.
Right. So we never had an opportunity to see everything. If our passing game is at 13 and our running game was at 3, in some of that, I don't want to say our passing game because we didn't have any empty calories this year, other than I don't even want to say the Cincinnati games with empty calories because they took Lamar out in the first one. He didn't play in the second one. So X those 2 games out. The rest of the games, the whole season, everything was close, right? So we didn't have any empty calories. But if everyone was healthy on that line, we would be in a different space.
Yeah,
I
the
think
corners were healthy. Like I feel like we would have pretty much gave Cincy a run for their money both
right,
games, but we didn't
yeah,
have two healthy corners. You know, we
right,
had injuries all over the place. Our ground defense was pretty bad as well. I believe they were getting stopped. They were getting ran over with the counters, and
right.
they weren't able to adjust. And they let Perrine run in for a long one. I'm like, come on, man.
I was highly upset. That's when I walked out the sports bar. Yeah, I was like, give me my check. I was like, that's it.
Pull a Kareem Abdul, just like
We done.
he did that. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. This is
I
it.
had his bag and everything.
Shaq at the dunk contest this past week, and like, what was it?
Yeah. That
What
was
is
one thing I did see. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I did see Kareem walk.
it? That's how I looked. I was like, go ahead.
Let's see what we got here. D says, which tackle type fits more? Mauler, like Penning or Fele, or do we target a more polished pass protector like Rashad Walker, excuse me, Bernard Raymond, or Nicholas Petit Frere? I think we got to go. This is the kind of those ones where we go back to the year 2006 and see how they did things for Michael Vick. I'm not saying that Lamar's Michael Vick, but he is a more athletic style. And if you have a more athletic athletic tackle and guards, this could help. Or well, if Roman's run style, the way he wants to do it, and then of course, like I said, the tall guys. I'm just not the biggest fan of tall guys. Like, I love the Jo era. I love Jonathan Ogden. One of the tallest guards in the NFL for years. But it's a different game now. It's a shorter man's game because of the fact that the bend is a very crucial key right now. You saw it with Villanueva. So we need that bend.
So all right, this is, and I was listening. I don't know if you listened to the last podcast with Mink and Robert. Was it Robert Downey? I can't think of his last. I think it's the other kid. Yeah. Anyway, on the Ravens podcast.
Okay.
If we go tackle first round, since we're on the tackle situation, we go tackle first round, and Ronnie Stanley is healthy, and James is healthy. What do you do? Because now you're gonna have somebody sitting on the side, and you don't need a tackle sitting on the side, especially when we got all these holes in the defense. The front line empty. We empty. We ain't got no starters in the front.
Yeah.
Nobody, at least only one under contract. We don't even know if he's gonna play this year.
But what position is cheaper to replace in free agency? Left tackle or right tackle or defensive tackle, and put somebody that's serviceable. We ain't talking, phenomenal, but I'm talking I can't go after the Washington guy because he's gonna be a little expensive.
Well, he's still on his rookie contract, so
yeah.
If they trade him, it's gonna be his 4th year. We just gotta pick up if we decide to pick up the 5th year option.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that'd be cashing in, and hopefully, we can work some things out later.
Like with Calais, like we caught Calais on a good note, if they want to do that. But let's just not even thinking about that. Just about the fact of the tackle. If we draft a tackle with all the holes that we have, all the areas that we need to fix on defense. Sorry, y'all.
You good, bro?
I got a crazy sense of humor. Anyway, all the spots that we need to fix on defense. I mean, you can pick an area. We need help. Defensive tackle. We need help. Nose tackle. We don't have one. We don't have one under contract. You can pick, as far as the front seven, from outside linebacker, even at inside linebacker, we need help. Secondary, we need help. You know what I'm saying? So
we need I need to sign help on it.
Yeah, exactly. even if people like, okay, we go corner. So if we do go corner, I mean, the only thing I like about that is that you can still give Marcus Peters a extension.
Yeah,
and you can do the 3-man rotation like we did with Jimmy, Marlon, and Carr.
And so I think when Ed Reed and when Ty Heap were both drafted, neither one of those positions were needs. We were
Yeah,
strong. Yeah,
we were good. We were able to go best man available at that
yeah.
time.
And I think that's kind of what needs to happen now is they fill these holes with serviceable players. And that way, whenever that 14th pick comes up, or even at the 12th, if they feel the need to get a little jumpy up in front of somebody,
I hope
they
I
need.
hope we can do that
Yeah,
because it's just. I mean, obviously they're gonna have to open up some cap space.
yeah.
You know, that's the only reason I really wish. I'm hoping and praying that Lamar does sign the contract,
Oh, yeah,
or does they come to a good agreement for him to sign now?
yeah.
Because however we want to lay it down, they already said, Harbaugh always said, we got our franchise quarterback. We're not worried about the quarterback. We worried about, so it's just about the money and how the terms are. So hopefully they come to something
Mm-hmm.
before free agency. So that's 13 million right there. Then you extend a couple other people. That's you extend Peters, that's another 5 million.
Yeah.
Then if you're able to do something with Bozeman, I think that opens up something, even though he's going to be a free agent. I'm not sure. But you you should extend Stanley and hopefully Humphreys wants to do something because they both were injured. So that'll open up some more cap space.
I gotta see how much money they got to kick down on the road to this dude. Right now, he's got a significant cap hit. If with Stanley, like how much more are they going to push down the road? Let's just say he has another injury this year.
Did they do something last year?
They did a restructure of the contract with him recently. Not recently, but there was within the last year or so. And they kicked money down the field. They were trying to make some room here and there. And I think they did it with a couple of guys, just giving that money up front. But that just, like I said, it just puts more on the back burner. Just don't want to end up like the Packers, like the Saints.
Yeah.
In that debt situation, especially if he's not going to be on the field with ankle injuries. I'm hoping that's not a consistent thing that's going to continue to go on.
And that was like, I feel bad for him because all his injuries are really like freak injuries, bro. Like,
yeah,
you don't expect nobody to land on your ankle. You don't expect nobody to hit you in your knee. You don't expect, what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's really like your own player, more or less.
Just like we don't expect Big Reg to say a priority that we don't need. Going into the draft, we're sitting okay right now. Yes, Hollywood's having a tantrum, but it is not. It is not.
Don't get Cal started talk about Hollywood having a thing. Don't get him started. Who we picking at wide receiver, Reg? Who we picking? Tell me who we picking, Reg. I need to know.
Arkansas kid, ain't he?
He's still on wide receiver. Who we picking, brother?
Yeah, just tell us who we got. Who we gonna get, man?
Yeah, who we going for?
Look, he paid the money. Let him say what he wants. This man donated $100 tonight. I'm like, thank you.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Who we picking, Reg? You gotta call out a name. You just keep saying wide receiver. Who we picking, brother?
Who he says, I think he's saying something else right here. Here you go. So Lisa's saying, like, we ain't going wide receiver at 14 Big Red. So she kind of let him know. Yeah, we are. He said, Lisa, don't get mad at me when it happens. It looks like a top wide receiver gonna fall, and EDC is gonna take advantage. Watch. And when have you seen EDC make reckless decisions when it comes to the draft?
Never. Come on, Reg. Come on off. We're gonna put you in timeout. No, we can't put you in timeout tonight. You didn't.
Nah, everybody say he paid that money. He ain't in a timeout.
He can't do nothing like that.
He go reckless today. There he is. He says Traylon Burks or Drake London. What do you think?
They both good, but wow. We don't need no receivers right now, brother.
Where you gonna put them?
We got some. Look,
where we gonna put them?
I mean, we don't. I'll be honest with you, bro. We don't need no receivers. We good.
We good because Pro about to step up.
Trust me.
Duvernay's already taken over. Like, I mean, he's getting the majority of the reps. Like, he was getting more reps than Rashad Bateman was, even with Bateman healthy at times. So you can see, dude was getting those reps.
And Prochet gonna get a lot more time this year. He won't have to sit out and I think that's really because we had Sammy, man. That's kind of like messing up his flow. Like, James need to be rocking this year. He tripled his numbers from his rookie year. So that just tell you how good he is. Wallace will get more time. Only one out on the outside looking in is honestly Miles, unfortunately.
Yeah, I say Miles gotta go, man. Like, I love me some Miles, but this is not the formula for him. This is not the right offense for
Bad
him.
for him, man. I mean, he can run block.
Yep.
I don't want to see him. I don't want. You don't want to cut a 3rd round pick. I mean, we got a 1st round pick. We did cut Rashard.
Need him to transfer in the tight end. Just go ahead and turn into Darren Waller. That'd be exciting. Let me just go ahead and do that for you, boy.
I mean, either that or you get him to a place where they need that type of outside presence where he can develop a little more. I just don't. I think they want to really give him an opportunity to develop under T and under Keith, but you got to see it this year. Like he should be the 2nd outside receiver. As far as the starting receivers, it should be the 3 should be. It's going to be Bateman, Duvernay, and Hollywood.
Here we're Edge again. He's saying Sammy's gone. Why not be deep at the position like the Bengals and these other teams? Well, when in boxing, you've seen it. Whenever somebody is trying to punch you in the face, what you gonna do? Are you trying to punch them in the face back, or are you actually going to block? You know what I'm saying?
It's all deep in the position. We deep, bro.
We got what we need. You need okay. So if let's just say that Peters was not ready or something like that around April time frame, and Eric DeCosta did come up at 14, and McDuffie, is it McDuffie?
Yeah, McDuffie.
Yeah, from Washington. If he's sitting right there, we ain't going wide receiver. It's not, hey, I'm going to punch you in the face because you punched me in the face. Eventually, somebody got to do some blocking. Yeah. Somebody got to stop. This action going on.
Either we going. I'm gonna keep it as, I guess, it's either gonna be edge rusher or. I mean, I don't see anything. I'm looking at the top 50. It's either going to be edge rusher, and even from what we've done, or it's going to be someone in the secondary. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another corner.
Yeah,
But
D saying it's going to be a while before 99.9% of us can get the 1st round receiver out of our vocabulary. I don't know why. I think now this is one of the years that we can go in and honestly say, hey, look, we don't need it. We don't need it. There's no Jamar Chase sitting at that daggone pick anyway. There's none.
Man.
That dude is a freak of nature. I wish that, Lacey DeCosta had to listen to my advice last year when I tweeted her and said, you need to whisper in your husband's ear for the next 4 months. I was telling her, yo, do it. Just do it. And she didn't listen. That's okay.
That's okay. We got Batman. We got Batman.
Yeah, we got him. And he's improving. He's going to be straight.
I think once he gets some weight on him too,
yeah,
it's not the speed. Once he gets some weight on him, he's gonna really be a problem, bro. I think if he put on a good 5-10 pounds, not even 10, but a good 5 pounds muscle, he'd be good, man. He'd really be good.
After watching the game where against the Dolphins, you could see if he had put games together after game of that Dolphins performance, and I'm not even saying the full Dolphins performance because really it really didn't start going down until the last 8 minutes of the game is when they started to recognize, oh, Rashard is we drafted this guy. Let's see what he can do. And he starts showing hey, I got talent, y'all. Y'all know I am a number one. And it really started to show the rest of the season against Cleveland.
I'll be honest with you. I don't want us to get Penny. I know everybody been talking about Penny. I don't want Penny, bro. He's overrated. He is overrated.
That fair.
Look here, let me tell you something. Let's just break some things down. We sitting at the sweet spot, right?
Yeah.
Sweet spot right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're gonna be able to get, honestly, because somebody gonna slip up.
Yep, top 10 pick coming our way.
Mess up either in the top picking somebody higher than they should be.
Yep.
Most of the time it's gonna be a quarterback that they pick higher than they should be, or they might fall in love with an edge rusher that they pick higher than they should.
And they're gonna pick it gonna be out there. Pickett for Pittsburgh, he going home. I have that feeling.
And there's going to be some openings. Trust me. We don't need the great thing about being at this spot. We don't need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And even though they have all the quarterbacks out the top 10, some of the mock drafts that I've seen, somebody during the pro day, somebody's gonna fall in love with one of them. Somebody's gonna fall in love with him and be like, listen, we want this, but we want to get this guy, we can get this guy, or it's gonna be either Pickett, it's gonna be what's my man from Liberty, Willis? Willis.
Yeah, Willis.
If anybody, I don't see him once he get to Washington. If Washington don't get him, they need to slap this up.
Dude, it's gonna be full on QB carousel. And that's going to change a lot of things going on too. I mean, you got to figure so many unhappy quarterbacks right now. You know, between Rodgers and they don't know what they're gonna do with that cap money because he's a $46 million cap hit plus they're $46 million under the cap. So it's like, all right, what you gonna do there? Devontae's not coming back because they can't sign him and Rodgers at the same time. So that's gonna be an issue. You got to figure that Denver, you know, is Denver happy with the signal caller? I don't think so. Russell Wilson's not happy where he's at. Hearing rumors about Deshaun to the Commanders going on. I mean, there's a ton of unhappy quarterbacks that just want out of their situations.
You heard me? They even talking about him going to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I don't want Deshaun in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't want to have to sack that man twice a year. Like that, you know how he take them sacks, man. That dude took like 60-some sacks in 1 year. I mean,
yeah. Look here, man. Everybody talk. Look, Cincinnati. I know we look. This is why I love the show because this is like you sitting in the house with your family, brother. You with your boys. You got the couch. You got the perfect name for the show because this is like you sitting there with your people and you just couch. There you go. There you go. And the thing, what I'm saying is this: we sitting here, and I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all better be worried about Pittsburgh, bro. You should always be worried about Pittsburgh. I'm not. I know everybody's talking about, you know, Cincinnati is a good team, but I'm sorry. Even though we lost the way we did, I think we saw some things, and I maybe it's me. I could be being a little bit too optimistic. I know they good for one good year, but if you look at their history, every time they went to the Super Bowl, the following year, nowhere to be found. If you look at their history, we going by history, but I'm going by the history of when Marvin Lewis was there, and how Cleveland and Cincinnati always flip-flopped in our division. Good when I'm bad. When I'm good, when I'm bad. Got all these players, and I know they got $50 million in the cap. I understand that, but you still got to pay a couple of players that you need. So that's going to take us some of that. And then I'm sure they're going to either draft or they're going to get some offensive linemen to help them.
Yeah, they got to figure out they want Juju back. I mean, you know, they got to figure out they want Juju back. Is he a free agent?
I'm talking about Cincinnati. I'm talking about like they got $50 million in cap.
They got money and they got draft position and stuff. So
so they, you know, but at the end of the day, I think that we have an opportunity to set just the injuries that killed us. We get to set it all right, man. We still got to look at it like this, man. I know people were calling for Hobbs' head. We were one game out of making the playoffs with the most injuries in the league. We should have had a record like the Giants. We beat Pittsburgh. If we would have won that game, we in the playoffs. One game away from making the playoffs. That's how good. That's really how good and how small the span is of being great, of being a great and elite team, and being subpar. Just the injuries alone. You know what I'm saying? We were subpar, and we still could have gotten to the dance to make some noise.
Yeah. Check this out. Let's see. D says there's a dark horse option at 14 that people aren't bringing up. He's talking about Daxton Hills from Michigan as far as the athleticism, the versatility, and how people can put him in the top 15. It's an option. It is an option.
I just think that's too rich for him. He's not. I'm not knocking him.
Yeah,
he's not Kyle Hill. Like Kyle's a different monster.
Yeah, I can see Baltimore sliding out of the pick.
Yeah,
and getting that guy.
Yeah, if we slide back and accumulate 50 picks,
we won last year.
What the EDC? We accumulate some more picks. I can see that happening. That's fun fact. I don't know if y'all know that's Justice Hill. That's his brother.
Yeah.
So is Justice coming back? And is he still with the team?
I don't know. I got to look at that one.
When they talked about the running backs, they just said it was just, I guess, because you know Gus and JK are the starters. I guess that's the reason. But they didn't talk about Justice.
Yeah, I mean, after seeing Tyson, what he did in that small sample size before he got put on house arrest, it was like that was everything we needed Justice Hill to be. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
he's a speed
hadn't
back.
had a
He's
shot.
not like Tyson is a big boy.
Yeah.
Like, Justice is a speed back. He's not he's small frame cat. Like
Tyson got that speed like Justice, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't as fast, but the dude is fast.
it just takes some time to turn over the motor. Like, you know, he got to get revved up. He got to he got a stick shift. He ain't got automatic. He's just gonna pop off.
Let's see what D said. He had some more. He said Rasheed Walker, left tackle out of Penn State, is quickly becoming one of the best options at 45. Experience, played against Mike McDonald's defense, and is from Maryland.
I like that in the second round. Second, third round, I could see is going for a offensive tackle. I just don't think that we should waste a pick on a playmaker when you in that top, you in the top 15. We need playmakers, whether it's going to be on offense or defense. You're not going to get a playmaker in the line because that's not what they do.
I like that Davis boy though. Ooh, look at Davis from Georgia, man. This dude, like, I'm telling you, if he's sitting there,
big boy Davis sitting there, man. Hopefully we sign Calais back. Just come back one more year and teach
back and mentor. That's if he can mentor Davis. Oh man,
Davis, and that's a playmaker.
Yeah,
Davis made that whole man. He made that whole front seven look
wrecking shop, dude. Eating kids for breakfast.
He helped everybody.
Just beat
everybody going first round because of me. He can't take the credit like that. But Duke has speed. He's athletic to be so big and nimble. He got the dancing bear.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you good. So that we'll go into two more of these, and I will go back to. I want to go back to this PowerPoint that I got.
Yeah, we forgot about the Cooper Cup.
Yeah, so we wanted to jump. Yeah, I was going to jump in that one in just a second here. So Tanja, hey, how you doing? Good evening. She said we got two coaches from Miami to learn to counter what the Dolphins did to us. Now Mike Florio is with the Steelers, so they can keep up with us. Flores, I think is what they were saying. That's
yeah, no, that's fine. Flores is the. I mean, we got. One of them is the offensive coach, and the other is the defensive coach.
Yeah,
but that's not Flores though. That's the thing. Like,
yeah, I think Flores gives him an advantage because he shows him, hey, the system that he worked on against Lamar, it did work. But I do really think that they're going to take a look at this tape of every week after we played the Dolphins and see that people were running this zero blitz on us, and they're going to find a way to beat this. Plus, I highly doubt with J.K. Dobbins back that you're going to run the zero blitz because, like I said, all it takes is one halfback toss and him to go one-on-one at the corner, and the dude's gone.
This is my thing. This everybody, even we ran a zero blitz, right? It works when you got two dominant corners, right? Or two. They just got to be pretty daggone good.
As long as you're sitting back, I love the way the Flores set it back. I mean, he had people sitting 15 yards back. I'm like, man,
just like he ran. He even took Bill's concept, Bill Belichick's concept, and like he just twisted it around. Like I've never seen the zero blitz that good. Yeah. Like, and this is the funny thing, it wasn't just on us. Like he ran a zero blitz on everybody.
Yeah, it was just
you don't know how it's coming. You don't know if he dropping 8 or he bringing the house. He ran a zero blitz on everybody.
Yes.
And now I hope Fitzpatrick is he's comfortable now because I know he wasn't comfortable with Flores before when he had him playing in the slot and in the nickel. But if you look at we couldn't even run it that way. Nah. We didn't even run the zero blitz that well. Not the way he had it put together. Like, and that Pittsburgh defense is going to be a problem because they already have a pass rush with 4.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And what's the name didn't play. Two of their defensive linemen didn't play. Tuitt didn't play. He was hurt. Yep. And I forgot the brother from I think he's Polynesian. I think he's from Hawaii. I'm not sure. The nose tackle. He broke his ankle.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but those two guys missed the rest of the season, right? So you get Tuitt back. So just off that base defense, right?
Yeah.
You got Hightower, you got Watt. You got I'm gonna say his father's name, Hayward. You got Hayward. You got the nose. I can't. Like I said, I can't say his name. I can't pronounce his name. And you got Tuitt back at there at the foul technique. That's their base. You're not running on that. You know what I'm saying?
Outside, like I said, outside, if they try to run that zero,
yeah,
and it don't matter what the personnel is. You run that zero the way that they ran it in Miami against Dobbins, against Gus.
mm-hmm.
Just a toss.
I'm not. Look, I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah. I'm just worried.
Yeah,
that we dropped the ball. We should have tried to hire the man that knew everything.
Oh yeah.
As far as defensive wise, like you look what you got 4 Super Bowls. You come and make you. You were told to for it to be a bust year when you come to Miami and you turned around and made it a winning culture.
Yeah, it was like, hey, we need you to lose games.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
You're gonna pay you for lose game.
Yeah,
mean the lines on me.
Yeah. So you got somebody that did that, and he's coming from a winning culture. He's going there to Alua.
Yeah.
He and D3, what up? So he's coming from there, and then you taking. All right, you got 3. All right, think about this, y'all. You got 3 defensive minds.
Yeah.
You got Mike Tomlin, right? Then you bring in a Ravens concept over there. When you have you hired your defense coordinator, we hired Austin, because remember he was our secondary coach when we won the Super Bowl, so he knows the concepts. He was with Chuck Pagano. He was the secondary coach with Chuck Pagano and with Dean P. So he's bringing all of that there. And now you bring in Flores. You know how much that right there is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't allow T and Keith to get more involved with this offense, brother, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, you're right.
We're gonna have a problem. We already having a problem beating, like, Lamar's only beat Pittsburgh 1 time.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, man.
So I'm pissed off about.
Well, I mean, you gotta figure he had COVID.
Yeah, he only played Ben 1 time.
Yeah, he only played him. Yeah, he only really played.
He played him twice. No, he played him twice. This year and last season.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I'm upset. like my boy, he done whooped everybody.
Yeah.
At least 1 time. Mm-hmm. He ain't never beat this dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I think he's still undefeated against the NFC.
Huh?
He's Lamar's still undefeated against the NFC.
Yeah, he is absolutely. He is. I think if he was there when we played Green Bay, I think we would have beat him.
D3 said, great conversation. Let's see here. There were some other comments I want to go in here. Taju, she telling the truth. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's happening? You know, they ran that blitz and Greg Roman didn't have any answers. I don't think he does those in-game adjustments that he needs to do, and I think that's something that needs to be. That he needs to get a counseling on that. Just say, hey, look, man, when we go to halftime, like, we really need to figure out how, what plays can we adjust? Do we need to load in a couple of extra plays and see if those work whenever people run these blitzes on us?
And I want to know what Bruce Irvin is doing, though, because he's from the Andy Reid tree as well. Like, he was there with Andy Reid when he had Vic. Mm-hmm. So I want to know if he has any. I'm sure he has some type of insight, because he was the reason why that ended. What game was it? Lamar came out and was like, coach was like, just take what's given. Stop trying to force it. I don't know if it was the game or it was the Indianapolis game. I'm not sure. But he said he gave all the credit to Coach Irvin. I don't know which game it is, but I want to know if he has any. I mean, he's been interviewed for offensive coordinator job, so I know he knows. He definitely had to know something under Andy Reid. So I know. I'm just wondering, like, it got to be a way. Like, we got to be able to get over the hump as far as just with the passing concepts alone. Just the route running looked good. They weren't too tight like they were last season when we went to the playoffs and everybody looked like we were playing JV. With the route running and everything, everybody looked like it was on. It's just that the running game was off completely. And really the reason why we were so high in running is because of Lamar. He almost had 1,000 yards before we even got to week 9.
Yeah, because the run game was just very piss poor without him.
Yeah,
you take him out of it, and basically Le'Veon was really just hurting us, and they just kept trying to see if he would hit some stride, and it just wasn't happening.
He's not built, but that's not his concept anyway. He's more of a stretch runner anyway. Like he needs patience to go where he wants to go. So that's why I didn't understand that either. But go ahead. We need a speed back, bro. I hope we get Cook's brother.
You get Cook's brother? Okay.
I hope we do. I know he's gonna push off like a 4.3 in the.
I just think Dobbins is that speed that we need. I think.
Yeah, but I mean that was the whole thing with Justin. Like a lot of people don't like Justin, but the times that Justin had a chance to play, he showed out.
Justin was straight. He had a lot of speed, and he showed a little bit of power against Pittsburgh in those games, which was kind of shocking. Because I was like, hey, this little guy can actually thump.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the screen. We're gonna go back over here and talk about these other 2 wide receivers that I had on there left. So I'm gonna hit this share real quick, and I'm gonna click this. I think I got the hang of it now. So y'all probably seeing this forever effect thing going on. And let's go back to our presentation. All right, so we left off. We was talking about Devontae. Everybody can see that, right? Or you can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We was talking about Devontae and how he just, you can only beat this guy in his sleep. He is a free agent. So Big Reg, if you was wanting to talk about receivers, this is one I'd be like, all right,
cool. He ain't come here.
I'd be like, all right, cool.
Here.
I would love Devontae in the house. That would be sweet. But you know what? But that's why I think like Hollywood should definitely move to the slot. If we were to make a move like that, that'd be awesome. But anyhow,
wasn't that supposed to be the plan that Sammy and Bateman was going to be the outside and that was supposed to be Hollywood in the middle, and it never happened.
Nah, they just kept Sammy in the slot, which was it worked okay. Lamar has he had a good deal of chemistry with the dude until and then Bateman came along, things really got shaky. And it just got to where Sammy just disappeared after that to the Chicago.
He had a knee problem, and his knee, something happened on his knee on the Cleveland game, and then after that he was like in and out, but it wasn't like he was getting any passes at all. Like Tyler Huntley didn't throw him anything. Maybe one pass, I think, and he made a mistake and dropped it. I think, I don't know. He didn't throw him much.
After the Miami game, it was just like, oh my gosh, like Sammy, come on. And then here we go. We got Cooper Kupp here. 6'2", 194 pounds, Super Bowl MVP. Dude had 145 catches, 1,947 yards, 16 touchdowns. Still had 4 drops. But like I said, these four drops for him, 6 drops for Hollywood. I feel like the people are making significance out of these drops on Hollywood, and when he only had 2 more than the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. This dude here, one thing I love about Cooper Kupp is that he can mask the route. He can sit here and hide his route until the very last second. He does not let the defender see his eyes until he's already broke on the route. Mm-hmm. And then, he's got superb hands, catch it wherever. Finds the holes in defenses with ease, has great awareness. He finds a way behind the defenders, a great producer no matter who the QB is. I'm looking at this photo. Is that Skoranek or is that Kupp? Because I was trying my best to look up.
That's before he changed his number.
Yeah, okay. I was like, this number business is screwing me up right now.
He had number 18, then he changed it to 10. So that's just an old picture, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
I know he was 6'2". I thought he was shorter than that, though.
Yeah, they got him at 6'2" on Google.
Yeah.
So maybe Google line. I don't know. It's in the Hillary files and all that stuff. But he finds his way behind the defenders. I mean, he's just one of those sneaky guys. Just like, all right, look, it's Cooper Kupp. Initially, you're thinking, all right, it's Cooper Kupp. But now I think the secret's out. Like, hey, we really need to watch this guy because he has great chemistry. Doesn't matter what quarterback is coming into play. He is going to get his, no doubt. But as far as how he compares to Hollywood, I think if Hollywood were to work in the slot, he could do a lot of these different things because, like I said, Hollywood worked on his route running ability. As far as the hands, Hollywood's got to work on just catching it a little bit better. But honestly, I think 6 drops still wasn't as bad. Finding the holes in the defense with these, Hollywood just is able to break on a dime, and you can see some of those defenders really getting scared the second he goes into his break on the route because they can't recover as fast. Hollywood has awareness as far as being able to have that chemistry with Lamar and coming back to the ball, the same as Cooper Kupp. And but as far as the finding the way behind defenders, Hollywood has the speed to do this. And let me jump over here to Hollywood because I wanted to talk about his ability to do some of these things that these other receivers can do. Now, of course, as far as the 50-50 climb the ladder, jump ball stuff, I mean, he just ain't got the height to do that. But he's had sometimes when he's in the red zone and made some catches, like the one against Pittsburgh where he landed on his head. I mean, that was a jump ball. He had 91 catches, 1,008 yards, 6 touchdowns, but he had those 6 drops. Like I said, they had him majority of the time playing outside. He excels with the deep crosses, the fades, the comebacks. He can create that separation. He's good with his route running. His big time improved. He's a good yard after catch type of guy. I mean, you saw it with the Detroit game and a couple other games, the Minnesota game, the Colts game. You can see when he caught the ball, he was turning upfield, and most of those were comeback routes. So he had he had some drops at critical moments, and some of his abilities are limited by the play calling. And what I mean by that, limited by play calling and ball placement. When you look at some of the throws that Hollywood was catching from Lamar, they were routes to where he had to stop or come back on and stop because he wasn't being thrown in motion. So it was like, if he caught a slant, okay, cool. That was one of the routes he was actually able to stay in stride with the catch or stay in stride with the ball. But there were a lot of routes where he just had to actually stop and be in place, and Lamar was just throwing once he got open versus throwing these guys open and allowing them to get yards after the catch naturally versus having to put a move on or something like that. So you look at some of the other quarterbacks, they were actually dropping balls over the shoulder with the with the over shoulder catches. There were deep shots. Some of the balls for Marquise downfield were still ones that he had to come back a little bit more for. I feel like, as something that Lamar's got to work on in the offseason. I'm not saying Lamar's a bad quarterback. I am saying his ball placement could be a little bit better and catch these guys in stride so they can have a little bit more yards on their place. Lamar can put it where it needs to be. It's just, like I said, they just need to get that more done. But then when it comes to Greg Roman, some of these play calls are not allowing for them to actually excel off of the play. So that comes to route running. That comes to our guys, Keith and T. That's another year of them evolving and becoming even better. Let me go back to my last little notes and I'll stop here. So, like I said, he wasn't given consistent opportunities for plays from the slot, over the shoulder catches in stride, 50-50 balls, and ability to climb the ladder. But he does have the ability to do the deep crosses. We saw that in 2019 and 20. I knew they need to incorporate a couple more of those plays. He needs to be able to work on those deep comebacks, or excuse me, that's one of his things he excels on. His regular route running, yards after the catch, and he's able to create some separation because of that ability to route run now. What are your thoughts on it?
Let's take it back to his rookie year. I'm just gonna justify the yards at the catch. Let me justify the YAAWK.
Mm-hmm.
He's never been. He's not a running back. He's not shifty like Duvernay. He's not shifty like that. I don't think any of our receivers are shifty like that. Like James Prochet's yard at the catch is he holding it high and tight like he a running back and he just putting his head down. That's all he's doing. Because he doesn't have those moves. I haven't really seen Bateman with those type of moves either. After he catches the ball, he's trying to get upfield, but he's not. It ain't. It's not moving. Like he hasn't done it yet. I'm not saying he can't, but he hasn't. Like he's getting yards after the catch, but it's more of like I got the slant. I dipped on one guy. I caught. From the route, not him shaking him right there in front. He's not. Tyreek Hill is just a different animal as far as after the ball, and that's because of his kick return ability, of him playing running back in high school and stuff like that. So we can't expect that from Hollywood. Now, what I do like that he does do, he is trying to give more of his body when he's going forward because he didn't do that before his rookie year or his second year in the league. Another thing, he was 157 pounds his rookie year.
Yeah, one now.
Yeah, he's 177 his second year.
Mm-hmm.
His third year in the league, he was 181. I'm sure he's trying to get up to. I think his goal is to get to about 180, 188. 190 around there.
Yeah,
he's going to get better. He's going to get better in his route running. He's going to get better, especially now. And if you don't see that, he's gotten better. I mean, even some of the catches. I know he had some critical drops, but it wasn't like it was critical drops continuously in every game. I know he had like a couple of critical drops, and the biggest game really is just that everybody's harping on is the fact that it's really from the Detroit game. That just never died after that. It was always catch the damn ball after that. That's all I could hear on ESPN. That's all Keyshawn Johnson talked about. If Hollywood just catch the ball, one game, brother. The games before that, he was balling.
But you see how these narratives are given.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody comes in and they catch one thing, one mistake. They harp on that and they get the headline.
They won't let it go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is
that's why Roman got his dad going. Like basically everybody coming for Roman right now for the same stuff. They saw the Bills game on national television. They saw those routes, and now they don't want to let off of it, even though there have been improvements this season.
Right. And what I want to just say is that if you've seen every game, you saw he's made some amazing catches. He's made. I mean, Tyler and Lamar put the ball someplace where I've only seen like Cube make catches like this with one hand. He's snatching it off the ground before it hit the floor.
Yeah, I've seen some ball placement, and I'm like, I've seen some decent ball placement. I've seen some bad ball placement, but I've also seen, like I think it was that show All American.
Yeah.
Whether was it the catch or was it the pass? Yeah, and sometimes it has been the catch versus the pass.
Right.
And so I can appreciate the improvements these receivers made.
And he's made catches, like unbelievable catches.
Yeah.
His route running, I think if he's in the slot, you're not stopping. That's the God honest truth. If we can get somebody else that can play on the outside as well as he could, and with his speed, then
I think he's already. I think the person is. I think it's Tylon.
Touchdown. I think every time he's in the slide, he's going deep too.
Yeah.
He's splitting the safety and he's going deep. After the Detroit game, who did we play? Denver.
Yeah.
That first touchdown, that deep ball, he was in the slot.
Yeah.
Shook the safety and everybody else. He was wide open. You know what I mean? So it's not like people just gotta give him a chance. You gotta give him a chance to let it be as it is, man, and stop thinking that it's that bad. It's not that bad. It's nowhere near.
Yeah, they always think that it's burning, the whole city is burning, and all this other stuff. I think sometimes we just go into panic mode, and I think Wallace will be that answer on the outside. They just gotta give him the reps. He's got to be able to get those reps.
I think Tyler Wallace will, and we had what was it? They said it's the NASCAR package. I think we talked about this one time.
Here you go again. Rez, come on, bro. He won't hop up of it.
We got the NASCAR package, man. The NASCAR package, right? Rez, you crazy. Happy birthday, Rez. The NASCAR package, right, is Tyler Wallace on the outside, Bateman on one side.
Yeah,
you got Duvernay and you got Hollywood in the slot. That's the NASCAR package.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't nothing but 4, 3 and under on the field, brother. Yeah. I saw they ran it a few times against Pittsburgh,
but I saw Lamar on his back more than anything during those two. I saw Lamar on his back.
No, they didn't run it. They didn't run it early. They didn't run it when Lamar was there. They didn't start running it to Tyler. They didn't run it to the last.
He got like sacked big time when they was running that 5 wide receiver stuff.
No, but they didn't have no NASCAR package because Tyler Wallace wasn't getting that type of burn.
Oh, okay.
Even though they just started doing that. That's what I'm saying. Like they started after that zero hit them so hard. They didn't start doing. They wasn't doing the short, like they wasn't doing the quick passing game until the Cleveland game. Once Lamar went down, I'm thinking. I think they were trying to get to that point because they saw something. Because Lamar was very comfortable in that spread when we scored that last touchdown against Pittsburgh. He was very comfortable with that spread because it probably brought him back to Louisville. Where, look, we're not running the ball, we're not running the ball. If nobody's open, you take off. But everybody was nervous because he spread and then they come in and like he hit his joker. He moving, boom, he found somebody. And he was doing that.
I think with the healthier line this year, I'm looking forward to seeing that NASCAR a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely.
This past season, I was not a fan. If any time that they went 11 personnel, it's just like, oh crap, we're about to get sacked. And it was very frustrating because I'm sitting here looking at it, I'm like, okay, I'm looking at this line right here and then looking at how many men it was a numbers game, and you could clearly see that they did not have the plan for it.
They didn't really show how good Tylen Wallace is. He's faster. He's only a year off of the ACL injury, right?
Yeah.
Coming into the league. Next year he's gonna be even better. So I know he plays special teams a lot, and he got an opportunity to play. How many catches he had this year? Just what, like 1 or 2? Yeah. I think he had 2, but one was out of bounds against Cleveland.
Yeah, it's basically he was on crochet mode.
Yeah, he was on special teams all the time.
Yeah.
And this year, I mean, he's gonna be the 5th. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be him and Crochet gonna share time in that, in that rotation of the 4th receiver.
Yeah.
Don C, huh?
Big Reg, go ahead and get Don C, get Big Reg out of that first round. Yeah, appreciate you, brother. He's check out Christian Watson out North Dakota State. Big Reg, probably getting it for. Yeah, get him out of the first round. Anything out of the first round, wide receiver wise, we find like don't do wide receiver first round. And like I said, with Cam and I, we believe, hey, it's either going to be a special, a skills position player or Big Boy Davis, or we're looking for anything, safety, corner, offensive line type stuff. Those are the things that we're looking at right there.
If we don't grab a champion, I'm gonna be highly upset for you. If we don't grab one of them jokers, if they're gonna be there, which to me it doesn't make any sense. What's always funny?
What's that?
It's always like the top something or the best player never went to the team that won the Super Bowl. I mean, the Super Bowl, won the national championship. But you got, in that front 7, you got at least 4 first-round draft picks that need to come out. Like, they're that dominate on the defense.
Georgia and Alabama are going to be depleted. Or maybe not Alabama because they got good recruiting classes no matter what. But Georgia will be depleted because of the talent that they have going into this draft.
Oh, yeah, but they'll be back. Because you know what happens when you win championships. Yeah. Don't want to come to your school. That's why Clemson started getting so good.
You want to see people go over. Now, I do want to know how this is going to affect. Like, so, now that Deion Sanders has put his hat in the ring, started nabbing some of these top recruits.
Yeah.
How's that going to affect the Alabamas, and how's that going to affect the Georgias?
Florida State, because a lot of players that aren't getting the opportunity at Florida State are transferring to Jackson State, early. And it doesn't matter if they're white or black.
Yeah,
school to school, it's just a historical black college. Mm-hmm.
Deion was giving a speech in the room with white people in the background. He had white people in the background giving the speech about historical black universities.
Right.
But at the same time, there were white players who were excited about playing there. So I'm with that as well.
Because they want to play for somebody that's a winner and that's going to give them an opportunity to get to make their dreams come true. Look, this is only his 2nd year in the collegiate level, and they went to the championship. They won their division, and they wanted to play in South Carolina State. I don't know what ball game that is. The Heritage Bowl, I believe it is. It's called, but they played South Carolina State in the first bowl. I don't know why they're not in the. Do they not have the playoffs anymore for Division I AA? Did they take that away?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I don't know how that works. I haven't been watching it like that, like Division I AA, because I know North Dakota State. I think the last time they had it was when Carson Wentz, they took him to the championship, or was it even? I don't know. I don't think they had it this year. But yes.
Jermaine Johnson out of Florida.
He is on it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I like it.
No, don't trade back, brother. Don't trade back. Grab one of them jokers right there.
Grab the guy right there? Okay.
Grab one of them jokers.
And the thing is,
we need somebody from the University at FSU.
Oh, yeah.
We can't say that online.
Yeah, because that's defense, man. It's all about good defense there, man.
Huh?
It's all like Florida State is all about good defense.
No, I ain't talking about Florida State. I'm saying we need somebody for the University at FSU.
FSU. Okay.
So they get on the field and they came. Okay, you got it. You figure it out. Yeah, we need that anger. We We need that attitude again, bro.
Yeah, you need that
attitude again on defense.
Yeah.
Like when jokers come in, they coming in to knock your head off. We don't have that attitude anymore. I mean, Joker's the only one, huh?
He said we give up 2 4th-round picks to get a 2nd-round pick. Or a 2nd pick in the 1st round. I don't know if anybody gonna go for that, bro. Like it's got to be back in. Like
it might be a 2nd. We probably get a 2nd and a 3rd. We probably give up I'm not 2nd and 3rd. To get a 2nd one, we probably give up a 4th and a 3rd, maybe. To get back in.
You got plenty of 4ths. I think we got 5 of them things. Man.
We probably would have to do this if you really wanted to do it. We probably had to flip flop with whoever we trying to say. Just hypothetically, say it's the Rams. Well, the Rams don't have a 1st-round draft pick. Okay, say it's Detroit. Or
Rams won't have one of those until 2024.
Yeah, well, Detroit has their 1st-round draft pick, right? So, say we wanted to trade, we would have to. They need draft picks anyway, so we probably have to flip flop our 2nd, for them to get up early and for us to go back in. We could. I just don't see what else unless we're gonna go secondary. I just know we got to go defense, man. We got to get young, and we got to get jokers from the University of FSU. They on the field for one reason. We need that type of attitude of when Ed was there, when Ray was there, when Suggs was there. We need some killers, man. We got no killers no more. Everybody's soft. I thought Chuck was gonna be a killer.
I told you, Chuck he knows all the formations, dog. They ain't really bring the animal out until, like you said, that Rams game, but. I think when we had Joker back then, Joker was a killer. Joker proved, hey,
Joker was a killer, but Joker might not come back.
Now you gotta go chase that bag. That dude going to New York. He going to New York.
Yeah, he might go to New York with Wink. Go ahead.
Oh no, he just talking about giving up something for the Eagles. Big Reg on some crazy stuff as usual.
They got 2 picks after us, Reg. What you talking about? They ain't giving up nothing. They got 2 back-to-back 1st rounders.
They sitting pretty. They ain't sitting real nice right there. Yeah. Oh, hey, Wilbur, what's up, man? Let's see what he says here. Super chat just so you can read on your live stream. I'm gonna need you to get your life together, sir. He's like, look,
just to talk, Will.
He's like, I'm gonna pay for this shade. He's like, it's coming. You're gonna catch this shade. I'm gonna pay for it. Well, sir, you made it. You made it. We happy you're here. Now, go ahead and take that back seat to the north like you usually do to the Ravens. But yes, just so you know, Wilbur, I appreciate you big time because all of tonight's proceeds will go to my stepfather's church. It burned down on the day after Valentine's, and pretty much nothing was able to be recovered except for his study, to where he can get all of his baptismal robes out of there and a couple other things that he was doing. For ministering, so he needed all those tools. But luckily, the real owner had insurance, but of course they're like, hey, deductible, they want money. So all the proceeds tonight will be going towards that cause right there. And I'm excited to be able to help them in any way I can. So Big Reg helped out big time. You're helping. Anybody else wants to help, please do. Just remember that YouTube will take half of whatever is here, or close to half.
Cash App, brother.
Yeah. So the Cash App just right here.
Yes, sir.
Just go ahead and scan
that bad boy. Boop.
Yeah, go ahead and scan that if you're donating. It really helps out. And then, of course, we get 100% of it, or say my stepfather does, to help rebuild that church. It was pretty sad. He was kind of heartbroken. It's all over the news. Y'all can just Google Shreveport church burn or church fire, or you can just go ahead and look up the previous video that I had, and it will I put a video together to show everything, to tell the entire story and what we're trying to do here. So I appreciate you. Anyway, let's go back to it. Now that Wilbert has interrupted us with his Brown nonsense.
Well, who y'all picking in the 1st round? How y'all get before us anyway?
I can't
understand that. How y'all pick 13 and it's all.
I think it's the tiebreaker maybe or something with them beating.
They had to be because we had an opportunity to get in the playoffs. They ain't had no opportunity. That got to be either that or we had a better conference record, which we probably did.
We were sitting at the bottom of the North.
No, I mean not the division. I'm just saying in the conference.
Okay,
because we had the same record as they did.
Yeah, he said Philly got 3 picks. Let me see this, man. So Philly got number 15, number 16. And number 19. Ooh.
They moving up. I bet
you building, man. They gonna be killing it.
They I bet you they're not gonna sit there. Somebody gonna get off their hands and move forward.
Yeah, maybe they want to slide into another pick from, or maybe just stack for next year if they don't see the talent where it should be or something in their
They
mind.
just need help on that defense. Their offense is good. Their offense get a little. They'll get a little bit better. I mean, it's only gonna be their second year.
Hey, here's a good comment here. Matter Beast is training with Aaron Donald. Might make him a killer.
It's the second year he training.
I'm already a big fan of Matter Beast, man. I love it. That's why I'm just like with Matter Beast there, I ain't even worried about Big Baby. Big Baby can go. He can walk. Matter Beast is that dude.
Justin got it in him though. He shows it every now and then. He does have it in him. But we need some more killers though. We just can't have one killer. Can't have one killer, D.
Yeah, we need more killers
all over.
Yeah.
I ain't seen Trayvon Walker play, man. Please look at his highlights. He looked like he punches somebody in the face every time he put his hands on him.
It's just for the heck of it.
He's hurting him.
Just on the lock on. just hitting folks for no reason, whatever.
Just hitting them like it don't.
He hit his overdrive this morning.
I want y'all to check out Troy Smith. He's an offensive tackle. I think we could steal him, and he's from Tulsa.
Yeah,
University of Tulsa. I think we could actually steal him in the third round.
This time around, Troy is better.
he can move it to right tackle. I think he can play it.
Yeah,
he'll be good, and he's nasty. They ain't got a whole bunch of penalties like Penny.
Yeah, Don's got some. I'm a big fan of these selections here.
Yeah,
I like
you coming with the heat tonight, brother.
I think, huh?
He coming with the heat. Dog got his homework. He said, "Let me show you who I got on my list."
I know he's got y'all got some great comments here, some great lists that I've been looking at. Like, so some of the players that y'all are bringing up are the ones that we have studied before. So I think Charles Cross was on the list that I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we did our research on that guy, or at least y'all asked me to.
Up there. Yeah. McDuffie, I think if Sauce if he run a sub 4.3 or 4.4, he going in the first round. I mean, not in the first round, the first 10. I don't think you don't let a shut down corner get that far down.
No, he ain't gonna slide. Yeah, he ain't gonna top 10.
If Cleveland don't pick him up before us, like he's not gonna get past the top 10.
Nah.
I don't think it's gonna happen. He's just too good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a run on corners. The second they see Stingley go off the board, Sauce will be right after him.
He said,
Walker's like Omar from the wire. He got people whistling, man. He would fit Baltimore perfectly because y'all seen the theme song we played them Chiefs. They had that theme song or they had that whistle going through the stadium. That was pretty awesome.
I don't think keep that. Yeah, Walker like that, bro. He's like
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the wire. To be honest with you, I have
that whole front. Look, they still got some jokers that's gonna be back. But when Walker's on it, he played. This is why I don't understand why they got him as an edge rusher. He played running back though. I think he played running back. Coach Sitali broke it down. I think he played running back and linebacker in high school. They moved him to DN when he got to college. He's played the DN. He's played nose tackle. He's played defensive tackle. He's 6'5", 277. You come into the league, you get him up 10 more pounds.
Let me interrupt you just for a second there. We got a small interruption here. We got a $20 Cash App donation from Theodore Mercer. I'm not sure who is Theodore in here, but
I'm Theodore, sir. You didn't know my real name?
Theodore Mercer.
You putting out my business?
My fault.
My business. They don't need to know I'm doing donation.
Yeah.
I had Batman up here, so you don't need to know my real name.
Oh, my fault. My fault. It just popped up on there, man. I appreciate it.
I'm calling out my government and everything. Now
I'm there scrolling through. I'm like, man, who? I was like, I see Don C D3. I'm like, who is this person that's donor? Yeah, look here. I appreciate you.
I shouldn't have said nothing. Said nothing.
Oh my gosh! All right, so here go Wilbert again. He hit it. So let's see. Cleveland doesn't need corners.
They don't though. They're
not dropping to Baltimore. They got a history of trading up for people that they trade up. No. Joe Flacco's the only person we've traded up for, really.
Actually traded back, then we traded for.
Yeah, traded back and up. Yeah, they were like, "No, we don't want it," and then we're like, "Yeah, we want it." Let's see. D3 said
the history of trading up a little bit.
Yeah, Yeah, Cleveland will go get they go get what they want, you know. And I think their director of personnel right now is pretty solid. I thought Sasha was pretty great in turning that team around as far as personnel wise. Now coaching, yeah, could be an issue. But anyway, D3 says Jesse Lukita will be a good edge pick in the second. He put Fede on his butt several times in the Senior Bowl practice. That's where, Fede did have his ups and downs when he was facing off against him.
Yeah.
But Eric DeCosta did.
That old boy from Minnesota, right?
I think so. Yeah, he.
I think he went to the University of Minnesota. That's Bateman's boy, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's him.
So here's Wilbur. He did saying we did trade back in for Lamar. Yeah, we did trade back in for Lamar, but I'm talking about like those high up
in the first round, though. Will get it together.
We gave up a second rounder for that. You know, it wasn't significant. It was the 32nd. You know, and it was great. I mean, like I said, I was there. It was beautiful. But honestly, like you won't see Baltimore trading up into like the top 10 for any reason. They don't like losing picks.
Made that man drive back to the stadium. He was heartbroken when we.
Yeah, I was hot, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe us there and drove.
Tell the story, Tell the story.
Look, man, I was hot behind the whole deal because that Hayden Hurst pick, man. That Hayden Hurst pick had me just like, all right, let's go, man. I'm sitting here telling my troops because we had free tickets to get there. You know, there was like military appreciation. They gave us a free ticket. I told them, boy, I was like, hey, let's go. I don't even care what happened after
we lost the game.
I was hot. I was about as mad as them Cowboys fans was in there because the Cowboys they wanted Calvin Ridley bad. They were ready to throw and riot up in there.
Yeah,
they was already booing Goodell and stuff already, so they was pretty hot. But I think I was right when Jerry Jones and Goodell was going at it. So, but they were ready to fight after that daggone pick of Van Der Esch. Yeah. So they were crying and hugging each other and stuff. I'm over here about to cry and hug them too, because just like, man.
I cut it out.
Here's Don C. Don C says, but Jermaine Johnson practiced twice and dropped the microphone. Dropped the microphone and said, "Call me." He was that confident. He felt good, huh?
Jermaine Johnson is like that though. He got it.
You think he's gonna show up at the combine?
Oh yeah, he's a beast, bro. He's a workout freak.
Yeah.
He's a transfer. He transferred to Florida State, but he went to the University of Georgia. So he would have been on that. He'd have been on that team.
Yeah.
But when he was at Georgia, he was playing off the ball line. He was an off the ball linebacker, so he wasn't even pass rushing.
Yeah.
But he was an off the ball linebacker. So he played there, and then he went to Florida State. That was his first time really playing at his natural position, so he can play off the ball. This is the good thing about it. He's positionless. He played off the ball. He can play the rush outside linebacker. He can play DN. You can slide him inside 2 to 5. If he gets, he has a size. He's what you wouldn't have him there all the time, obviously, but he has the intangibles to do all those things. Now, if he run a good 40, that's going to take the cake because he's slowly worked his way up. Like even Daniel Jeremiah, Daniel Jeremiah has the beat on whoever we're gonna pick. He's been right the past 3 years, I believe. He knew we were gonna pick Adafe Owe. He knew we was gonna get Owe. He kept saying it. Nobody else said it.
Yeah.
This is before we traded Orlando to get the second pick.
I thought we were gonna get that dude from the guy that went to Cleveland. He had the crazy initials.
Went to Cleveland?
Yeah, he went to Cleveland. It was number 28 for Cleveland, but he was an outside linebacker.
Oh, went to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't think of his name though. That's the joker that hit Lamar late.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like him.
Kamora or something.
Yeah, I don't like him no more. Will, what's his name? Will, that's your boy. Joker hit jokers late. He played dirty in Cleveland.
So they saying that this dude Johnson could be like a second round pick based off of Bleacher Report.
Well, I don't know how current that is, but I'm saying like just recently after that Senior Bowl, Darren Jeremiah said he's already leading down from he was projected as a second after the Senior Bowl.
Yeah,
what he did, they were already talking about him being a first round draft pick. There's no way that he makes it to the second round. Yeah,
JOK. Yeah.
He JOK,
Mhm.
Dirty Joker.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to play ball, and I don't think I don't think he knew
That
what
ball
the
was
impact.
already going. Don't give no, no, don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing, nothing at all, Cows. Don't give him no type of love. The ball was already going. It was a screen pass to Mark. Lamar threw the ball, and this joker's jumping for his ankles. You can't hit him. The ball's already gone. Come on,
Yeah,
G.
it definitely. I was a little hurt behind it, but I still think the guy was an excellent athlete.
He's a good athlete. He's still 30, Joker.
Yeah, Bill says, he said, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's going on, Bill? Hey, man, welcome to the party. Thanks for coming." But yeah, they was talking about how you're right, because that report that I just read, it came out on January 10th, and but they were talking about how he's going to be an excellent run defender. Baltimore definitely loves the run defenders, because they already know, like, hey, we stuffing that run, and we can pin those ears back and go back after it on third down. So I definitely hope that Jermaine Johnson is on their radar. And if he happens to slide, maybe Baltimore slides back out of the pick, probably goes back to 22, grabs him.
He going to, they saying that he's like the way they talked about him after that. Bucky Brooks, Daryl Jeremiah, after that Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Even on Todd McShay and Mel Kiper, they talked about it. I didn't see all the Senior Bowl practices, but he somehow worked his way all the way up to, like, they can't see him getting past 15. He's that dangerous. As just coming off the edge, he was already able to stop the run. He's an athlete. He can play the pass.
Yeah.
And then to find out this is an SEC transfer.
Okay.
So that's all, to me, that's always big when you at a big college. I mean, not saying Florida State's not a big college, you're in the ACC.
Yeah.
But you at Georgia.
Let's go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
No. No, Georgia's defense, man, is ever since I can't think of the coach's name. Ever since he left Alabama, he got the head coaching job there. That defense has always been stacked. Like the past few years, they've been stacked. Their linebackers have been coming out just like LSU's linebackers have been coming out, like how Alabama's linebackers have been coming out these past few years. They've been producing, linebackers. Now they're producing edge rushers. Now they're producing corners like crazy. They got speed. They had the line. Everything is just coming together. Like, they have pieces. We don't get Davis or Jermaine or Walker, we doing something wrong.
They say Johnson's probably going to go to Denver, and that makes a lot of sense, because with Von Miller out of there, Johnson could definitely go to Denver at 9.
I think we might mess up, and I think what's the name they might pick up what's my man from Michigan? Always boy, the one that went to.
Oh, yeah.
I think he, because he's so raw, and he's super talented. Now, if he's there, we gotta grab him. We definitely gotta grab him.
So Jabo, they got him going. They got him projected to Atlanta at 11.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's gonna be Atlanta at 8. Sorry, 8.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He's just super. He didn't play the run much, but he's super talented.
Man, so they got your boy Kyle Hamilton going to Carolina at 5. Woo. Jeez.
Who that?
Yeah, Carolina with Hamilton, Kyle Hamilton.
No.
At 5?
Oh, man.
I mean, that's
it's breaking my heart. Huh?
Where did Jamal Adams go when he came out to the Jets?
Jets. I think knowing the Jets, they probably had the top 3.
Yeah.
Jets. That's all I know. I don't know where
they used to it, man. They used to that. That's some dark Jets years.
So I don't know. I know he went to the Jets. I just don't know what pick he went in the Jets. I know he was definitely in the top 5.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, it's kind of hard, man. You think about it. Think about, like, what's going on. Think about think about to get a safety and that type of value. Like, he's just one of those players, man. He changes the game.
Mm-hmm.
Only Bucky Brooks has him going to Philly, and Philly's number 15. And I was like, when I saw that mock draft, I was like, Bucky, you smoked something real good when you did this, because
when is Bucky not smoking? Because he was talking about straight, like graduating Lamar. Like, dude,
I was like, Yeah, I don't know what you had this morning, but it was too good.
Yeah, he
Man,
was like
too good.
cocoa puffs with the little sprinkle on top.
Yeah.
This man was definitely smoking that stuff. And then it's just like, okay, you want to graduate him for who? You want
Yeah.
to put him for the boy Justin Fields. Feels straight. Don't get me wrong. Feels good. Needs some development. But at the same time, like Lamar is a whole. He's a beast of his own. Yeah.
He's different, man. Y'all giving that man his respect, and I don't think everybody does. You know, he ain't even in everybody's top 10.
There you go. So
Oh, there you go, Will. There you go, Will.
Yeah. So I don't think he's leaving Wilbur. I think he's just like, hey, look, you know what? As much as he gets tied into the social media narratives, I think he's going to go work on himself. He's going to monetize himself because of everything. Like I said, NFLPA gets a piece of everything except what he does in this crypto stuff. So, or the NFT stuff. So if you go look at it, this dude's got some pretty cool designs of pictures of himself. A couple other players do as well. Even Trayvon Diggs has got his own little NFT right there. They're recreating their image on social media. It's not the same free thing that we're going to be used to. It's going to be to a point to where we're going to have to find a way to jump on video game service. We're going to have to find a way to get into the NFTs in order to actually be able to talk to these guys on a regular, because we'll have to pay. That's pretty much what they are looking at right now is, hey, us paying. If you go look at Cameo, cameo.com, Cameo is basically a place where we can interact with all of the celebrities for a price. If you want to interview, that's going to cost you $500 if it's a low-level player. If you're talking about Ray Lewis, for an interview, $3,000 now. For a shout-out, $1,500. They are finding ways to monetize themselves, whether it be retired or whether they're playing right now. And I think this is kind of that piece of that, is him pulling back everything in order to make sure he's monetized and saving himself, stacking chips on the side for the future.
They started doing that with the birthdays. If y'all didn't catch on to it, when they were saying like all the celebrities, you get a celebrity to call whoever you want for your birthday, and then all they're doing really is just you giving a name.
Yeah.
They take the time out, happy birthday, such and such, and they make it seem like it's
personal,
and then they send it to you, and it's like, oh, you send it to that number, however they want to work it. They make it seem like, hey, such and such called.
Lamar doing it too.
Yeah.
Get the 410 Sports Talk. Go look at their intro. This was probably, I say, within a month of them starting of Lamar putting this message up. I say a couple of weeks. Lamar said for a shout out, $200, interview, $500, and then like 3 days later, I kid you not, 410 had a shout out from Lamar. Saying, 410 Sports Talk is the best show, and I'm just like, this sound fake as I'll get out, but I love the dudes. It's a great show, but
including James. They do what they gotta do. Hey.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it in. So
you gotta get it, brother. When the Joker give you a shout out, you gotta take it.
I'm like, Lamar, give me a shout out. I say the same exact thing. You think, shoot, it's going on in front of the show. It's going in front of the show. It'd be better than just a little cartoon that I made up on the front. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Lamar get on the show. So yeah, I ain't mad at him at all. But I definitely did see what happened there. They paid for the shout out.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind, getting the interview or something along those lines. That'd be pretty cool. Or getting an interview. So y'all know anybody that wants to come on the show as far as celeb wise, please let us know. We can definitely get it in. Let's see. There was a reply back saying Hollywood ain't going nowhere. Oh, here's a good question from Don C. He wants to know, are we doing a mock draft live? I think we can arrange that.
Arrange that, yeah.
I'd like to, for that one, I'd like to bring in Engraven and and maybe have a fourth one in there. That way we can focus on maybe a certain amount of teams each.
We all get a couple of teams, and we all get teams, and okay, that works. Yeah, that works. We all need to have our own pick for the Ravens. So
absolutely, yeah. Second we get to the Ravens, it'll be a split. You're like, what do you think? Why you disagree? Why you hate this person? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? We get Big Reg in here, and we'll talk about wide receiver. He will.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, definitely hope you having a good birthday, man. Just glad it's not on draft day, because then we have to actually go get you a wide receiver or something. So. Oh, let's see. Oh crap! Here you go. Shade coming. Shade is coming. This man said talking about Hollywood. Somebody he drop everything. 6 drops, bro. 6 drops. I had to bring up the slides again to let you see. Like, hey, the best wide receiver in the league have 4 drops. Hollywood has 6 drops. I mean, come on. Hey, now the volume, of course, the volume was a little bit higher. I think I got the notes on that as well.
Yeah, but still,
Hey,
man, you look at it.
so you
You don't run the same type of offense.
yeah,
We didn't have our quarterback in there, and then on top of that, he didn't play every game this season. So,
yeah. I mean, it's a fair statement to say that
yeah,
Steph is
yeah,
better
3
than
drops.
Jamal as far as arm talent. Come on.
Yeah, he had 3 drops in one game, and what he had 2. I get to be honest with you, if you look at it, he had 3 drops in the Detroit game, right? All in the first half.
Yep.
2 was almost for a touchdown. 1 was on the side. I don't know what happened. He just lost.
He just thought about it and was like, all right, this is what my end zone dance gonna look like. And next thing you know, my bad, y'all.
I don't know. And then what he had 2 in the Pittsburgh game, and then 1 somewhere. I don't know where it was. I don't know what team it was, but it wasn't like a major drop. Only he had all his major drops. Really, honestly, was in the Detroit game, except 1 in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Everybody's harping on that. So he didn't have that many drops.
Miami had some drops too. That Miami game, it wasn't just him dropping that night though. There was a great deal of all the wide receivers dropping.
Hollywood?
Yeah, against Miami. Yeah.
I think he had 1 drop in that game. That's when he hurt his knee.
Yeah.
He had that 1 drop because he didn't play the whole game.
Yeah, and so he had a drop, and then like all the other wide receivers.
There go your 6 right there.
Yeah.
There go your 6.
That was the 413, I feel like.
There go your 6.
For everybody, you know.
Somebody else had some drops. I think everybody had a couple of drops. Even Mark Andrews had a couple of drops. We had 13 this year.
Yeah, it wasn't just one person that was having all the drops and stuff. It looks like there's a lot of shade going back and forth here in the room. That's funny. So they are saying we won the basement. And I'm telling you right now, if y'all feed into Will, he will go with you all night long. This dude is probably one of the best trash talkers. He will get underneath your skin. I'm just saying.
Will got to talk. Look, you got to talk. Look, you got to do something. Your team ain't doing nothing. You got to do something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know what they're gonna do about Baker.
You ain't seen the ring since the Lord of the Rings. You ain't seen a ring since the Hobbit. You ain't seen no rings. Yeah. No rings. I wonder what Precious feels like. I'm wondering if I can get one.
They had championships before the merger. I think that's usually what they lean back on. Is they got those 8
before any of us was thought about.
Yeah,
we can't go all the way back. We can't do that. We can't do that.
He on the History Channel, that prehistoric era,
No. I'm gonna count the 25 years. No, gonna count those years.
Mm-hmm.
Within that time, what we've been around for? 25, yes? 25, 26 years now, right?
But them boys, the Cowboy do the same. They go back way back.
Oh, Will ain't that old. Will can't go that far back. We gonna count the time of the fact that the Ravens were born. We gonna count that many times.
Yeah, that time period.
We got 2 rings.
Mm-hmm.
Where you been? Where you been, Will?
You got 2. He crying because we took that team. All right. We took the team and left town. They just didn't want no problem. They didn't want no problems with Cleveland. No
Came and took your money.
Mm-hmm. He's sad.
Money.
He's sad. It's gonna be all right, Will. It's gonna be all right. Look, man, you can leave town too, and you can come over here.
I tell you to stay.
We get you a hat. Get you a nice jersey.
The Mayfield. What you faithful to, Will?
Yeah.
Will I do? I got love for Will.
Yeah. So that's from Bless Brian right there. He said we taking over this upcoming season. I am with you. Look, my boy, he hit me up and he tried to drop that. Or he wanted me to hold off and not say anything about the revenge tour, graphic that he had built. And the second he dropped it, it went viral. Lamar Jackson loved it, and he was sharing it to say he was like, "Well, we ain't gonna talk more about it," because he's like, "Hey, I want to be about it." So I'm excited about the revenge tour happening for sure this year.
I like that, boy. I like that graphic.
So on that note, I think we got to end this thing tonight because I got to get to bed, got that work in the morning. But like I said, before, I appreciate y'all. Like I said, Big Reg, I really do appreciate the love. I appreciate the love, Kam Ru. I appreciate everybody who donated anything to the cause. With Wilbert, like I said, appreciate everything. This is really going to help my stepfather out. Like I said, dude was heartbroken, but he was just resilient as all get out. He was like, hey, he truly believes that this is going to turn around for him, and if we could be part of those hands that help turn him around, or turn this situation around, this going to make this church even more stronger. I'm excited for them in their journey. And I'm just hoping that we can pretty much get him started on the way back to rebuilding that church back up. So
there's always a blessing when you fall. There's always a blessing out of it. So
absolutely,
I definitely gonna keep y'all in my prayers, man. I'll pray that everything is right sooner than later, of course.
Yeah.
But there's always a blessing in the fall. I mean, you learn when you win, you learn when you lose. And that's football talk, and that's life talk in general.
Absolutely. And then lastly but not least, like I said, tomorrow, my man has got the album coming
right here. If y'all can see that clear, yeah. The link. Y'all can't see nothing.
Put the link in the description for sure, man.
Yeah. The link, I hit you with the link it'll be, what time is it? In like an hour and some change, I hit you with the link. You can connect it to this
We'll put
to the
link in the description.
I couldn't even you can connect it however you gonna connect it.
We'll put it in the description.
And then on top of that, if y'all can't find it, just go to my Instagram. It's I am Kam Ru.
This is the last piece of shade over here.
Yeah, you gonna find out how much I love the Browns on that album. So you gonna hear them bars about them Browns in a minute. So.
You got
real bars about them Browns.
Absolutely. Well, man, y'all have a wonderful night, man. I'm hoping we have a good time. We'll probably see you on Thursday. Maybe we should work on I say give it a couple weeks. We want to make sure this draft stuff is stressed out as far as possible. Want to go too early, but maybe we'll work on a different position group come Wednesday.
Okay.
In more of so we did line with we didn't do middle linebackers yet.
No, we didn't do linebackers. We didn't really we touched them off and on. We didn't really do linebackers at all. We did defensive tackle. We did the front set, more or less half of the front seven,
Yeah.
So we did the edge and the interior line. We did corners. You had a strong list with the corners. And we kind of sort of touched the safeties, but not really. So we could do both. We could do the linebackers and the safeties.
Yeah, let's do middle linebackers and safeties. Let's do that. And I'll do my homework on it. We'll be straight.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, this is the home of Original Sports Perspective. From our couch to yours. Thanks for tuning in. This is Kam Ru. This is Couch Rider Raven. Look, find us on Twitter. Find us on Instagram. And that album comes out tomorrow. Looking forward to hearing it. Look forward to just jamming that thing and have everybody enjoy their day listening to it.
Man. Y'all go look. It's something for everybody on this. So enjoy yourself. I don't have the clean version right now. So I'm just forewarning because I know you got children. Somebody got children. I don't curse like that, but there are some explicit words.
You get the clean version, let me know. I'll definitely.
Yeah, I gotta have a clean version for the children. I mean, you got the children, but you can't play it if you just rocking by yourself. You be good. It ain't like that outlandish or anything like that. So, but I just always like to, give a heads up. But man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you again. I see you Wednesday. I'll do my homework as well.
Yeah.
And, just go on my story, brother. It's some good stuff in the background of my story, ain't even on my post. Like me building up to making this album called Left Minded. I just want to be different, not really being different in the sense of like I got to sound this way, sound that way. It's just that I wanted to bring lyrics back to hip hop. I didn't want to just talk about the normal, which I don't never really talk about the normal anyway. I always try to have some content regardless of what it is, and I don't mumble, so. You can hip hop. I don't care what type of beat it is. I jump on anything and go crazy. But
you sound like ain't no mumbling. It's
feel good about yourself. But I got a lot of stuff in the story, man. That looks. I hope you check it out, man. It's good to hear, and then on top of that, I got some uplifting stuff in the story as well. So, man, thank you again, bro.
No problem, man. Y'all take care. Y'all have a great night. See y'all Wednesday.